Welcome all to the PhD information session for the Applied Artificial Intelligence Institute here at Deakin University, or more commonly known as A²I². I'm Manisha Senadira, an Associate Research Fellow and part-time PhD student here at the lab. I, including a selection of professors and students, hope to give you an insight into taking on a PhD at A²I². If you have any questions, feel free to contact us by dropping an email to a2i2@deakin.edu.au or directly to Dr. Trang Tran, HDR Coordinator. Her contact is in the last slide of today's presentation or in any related documents you find on the page. We'll try our best to get back to you as soon as this session finishes. Today, we hope to introduce you to A²I² and some of our recent work in AI and machine learning research and engineering, as well as tell you about our team and co-directors. Then you'll hear from our team leaders on key AI research directions that we're leading, as well as what it makes us distinctive to other AI institutes and centres in Australia. We'll also tell you about some interesting PhD projects that are looking for prospective students, as well as give you advice on how to start this exciting yet challenging journey. Then you'll hear from Associate Professor Truran Trang, the HDR Coordinator, on the unique nature of PhD programs at A²I² and what can be expected from you as a student. Finally, we'll share some information on pathways to PhDs at our institute, including our current scholarship offers and our selection process. So let's kick off by talking about our origins. A²I² began operations as an institute in January 2019 and is one of 5 research institutes at Deakin University. The institute was formed by merging 2 very successful, established groups at Deakin: PRADA, the Pattern Recognition and Data Analytics Group, and DSTIL, the Deakin Software and Technology Innovation Lab. Under the leadership of Alfred Deakin Professor Swetha Venkatesh, PRADA has been recognised internationally for its groundbreaking work in machine learning and pattern recognition in sectors as diverse as surveillance, social media, and health. Similarly, Deakin's Software and Technology Innovation Lab, DSTIL, led by Professor Kon Mizaki, had a national reputation for transforming complex ideas into user-friendly software systems, including mobile and web applications. A little bit more about our co-director, Professor Venkatesh. Swetha is a pioneer in the field of pattern recognition and is globally renowned for accelerating scientific innovation, developing new technology that recognizes patterns in big data and a type of artificial intelligence known as machine learning. Her work is focused on developing cutting-edge solutions to problems of societal importance in critical areas like health, security, manufacturing, and aged care, and has resulted in the ability to detect potential security threats in large data sets, a health analytics program that helps doctors predict suicide risk, and an early intervention system for children with autism. Professor Venkatesh's work has been recognized with numerous accolades, the most recent being her election as the 2021 Fellow of the Australian Academy of Science. Leading the team in Burwood campus is our co-director, Professor Kon Mizakis. Professor Kon Mizakis is a Professor of Software and Technology Innovation at Deakin University. Kon and his team joined Deakin in 2016, following 26 years as an Associate Professor at Swinburne University of Technology. In 2018, Kon was appointed as the Director of the Australian Research Council Industrial Transformation Research Hub for Digital Enhanced Living to address the need for effective, affordable, scalable and safe in-home and in-residential care solutions using current and emerging sensor, interaction and integration technologies. Over the last 10 years, Kon has attracted over $12 million in contract R&D and consulting activities. Together with his team in Burwood campus, he has developed software solutions and concept demonstrations for organizations, including Defense Science and Technology Group, US Office of Naval Research, and the World Economic Forum. In collaboration with the Alfred Hospital's Trauma Center, he developed the Trauma Reception and Resuscitation Decision Support Tool. This world-first development reduced the number of errors that clinicians made in the first 30 minutes of patient arrival. His recent work has involved studying how the implementation of AI into the complex decision support systems can improve our understanding of the complexity that we are facing in this challenging world. So here is a snapshot of the group. We're a diverse team of passionate researchers and technical engineers actively engaged in machine learning and AI fundamental research and translation. In 2020, A²I² comprised more than 50 fundamental machine learning and AI specialists, around 30 PhD students, and more than 50 software engineers. We pioneer methods and approaches for AI and machine learning problems with high potential impact. Our interests cover machine learning, AI, reinforcement learning, deep learning, optimization, and software engineering. This puts our institute in a unique position as we choose to take on problems that not only help solve important societal problems, but also push the boundaries of machine learning. Two spin-off companies, iSatana and Virtual Observer, are some examples of these efforts. iSatana, a company based on technology co-invented by Alfred Deakin, Professor Sveta Venkatesh. iSatana detects potential security threats in large data sets from video surveillance footage. It became a global software company and has been listed on the Australian Security Exchange in 2019. Together, we have published more than 700 research papers, and this number has continued to rise, even through the disruption that COVID-19 placed upon us. We have also seen an increase in the number of higher degree by research students and researchers joining our team. We are located across two beautiful campuses in Melbourne and Geelong, so you have choice to be surrounded by impressive buildings and a vibrant culture life of Melbourne, or relax in pretty rural environment close to some of Australia's best surf beaches if you're residing in Geelong. For more information on our institute, you can visit our website at a2i2.deakin.edu.au to learn about our researchers, publications, and some of the exciting projects we're undertaking. So our guiding aim is primarily focused on the design of human-machine cooperative AI systems. We want to continue working towards becoming the name that is thought of and recognised as a leader for AI in Australia. To work towards this goal, our day-to-day involves conducting research and projects that we present at top machine learning and AI conferences. We collaborate with industry and other research groups to tackle real-world problems, and from this create long-lasting and impactful products as a result. Now to our main areas of research. Our work extends across a number of areas, working with problems that use big data and lean data. In big data, our projects range across examples such as AI safety and assurance, applications into the healthcare sector, and tackling problems such as Trojan attacks and adversarial AI. On lean data, this being data that is scarce and expensive to collect, we primarily work on experimental design problems, employing probabilistic methods such as Bayesian optimization. You'll hear more about these projects later on. Partnerships are important as we try to translate research into tangible outcomes that have a real impact on the world around us, and will always be part of the research culture at A²I². Over the past year, 39 partnerships have worked with us on a broad range of industry and research projects. In this slide, I want to share with you some of our major grants and recent key partners of A²I². The Defence Applied AI Experimental Collab is a new collaboration between A²I² and the Defence Artificial Intelligence Centre. This partnership aims to solve complex problems and grow advanced AI skills and experience across defence. In 2020, our work sought to find ways to ensure artificial intelligence software that normally runs large supercomputers can function on smaller, portable systems which can be deployed in the field. Using techniques such as compression and distillation, large enterprise-scale deep learning models have been transferred to smaller, capacity-limited hardware with minimal loss in either accuracy or processing speed. Working in the health field remained a primary focus for the Institute, with funding from the Medical Research Futures Fund for two major projects. Firstly, applied artificial intelligence research in health, optimizing treatments in mental health using AI, and secondly, developing a comprehensive care pathway for those at risk of suicide, but not in care. The Under the Radar project. These projects have been developed in collaboration with the Black Dog Institute. Our AIC Laureate program has another successful year. Several publications were featured in premier machine learning conferences and journals, partner grants were obtained with MRFF and Defence, and new partnerships were established. In response to the outbreak of COVID-19, A²I², the Alfred, and the National Trauma Research Institute were proud to collaborate and develop the Pandemic Intervention Monitoring System. This system remotely monitors the vital signs of those who had acquired the virus and used algorithmic triage to provide medical assistance to people in need. PIMS, as it was called, was trialled in the state of Victoria and has since been implemented in the state of Hawaii, USA in 2021. Next, you will hear from Associate Professor Churan Trang and the research program that his team is carrying on, Deep Learning 2.0.
Hi, my name is Churan Trang, and I am an associate professor at A²I². I'm now sharing with you one of the research programs that we are carrying on at A²I². So as you know that AI is everywhere now, and for those who follow AI for a long time, we can think of that we are entering the third wave of AI. So we want the new kind of AI that can have a full capabilities like humans. We can see, we can learn, we can reason, we can abstract things out. This is AI of the next 10 years. So imagine that we would have a digital companion that be our friends and have a lifelong friendship with us to support us all along the way. That's the goal for the next 10 years, maybe 20 years. So the approach that make AI happen at this moment is the methodology called deep learning. So our research programs is aimed to advance the methodology to the next level. So we call this the deep learning version 2. So our research program have two parts. The first part is the fundamental AI centered around the deep learning methodologies, as I mentioned. So we have four main research directions, each of which have a couple of projects. Though the first direction is understanding the way we remember, what we call the memory. So basically bringing the memory capabilities into the machine. A second one is learning. So AI at this point actually powered by machine learning. So learning is a core function of the AI, and not only now but also the future. The third one is the reasoning capabilities. Just like we think about how to solve the math problems, we need the reasoning capabilities. And the fourth one is the perception capabilities, which enable AI to see, to listen, and to talk. The second part of the research program is to bring those capabilities to solve real-life applications whenever we have a lot of data. So applications that have a high impacts to societies. So we focus on four main range of application. The first one is in healthcare. The second one in the software. And the third one in drugs discovery and life sciences. And the last one is to improve the discoveries in the material science. So we can see from here that deep learning is a method to help solve these real world problems. And in turn, the real world problems inspire the new challenges to bring into the fundamental AI. So in the fundamental AIs, our plan and approaches is like this. So we are deeply inspired by how humans think. So humans have two systems of thinking. One is called system 1, which is also known as the fast thinking system, where we just immediately recognize things familiar with us without much thinking. But we also have another system which enables us to think very deeply about the very complex problems, like proving a math theorems or solving the conflicts between groups or communities or within communities. So our AI is also having these two components, and they both connected to another component which we think we believe is very essential to intelligence, which is called memory. And then together, these connected to the outside world, which we call perceptions, that enable AI to see and hear and listen and talk to humans. So our aim to do AI is twofold. One is to crack the fundamental problems in AI, so to understand what intelligence is and how to make it. But importantly, we'd like to use AI to make the positive impact to the world. So our 3 steps solution to bring the impact in is first to characterize the problems, and then offering the prediction capabilities, and then generate option and recommending solutions to solve the problems. If you are considering PhD, you are welcome to join our research program on deep learning version 2 to crack the fundamental AI problems and use the results of AI to solve the real world problems. So those how we make the future that we want to live in. So with these capabilities, we would bring the new understandings to the problem and to intelligence, and we hope to bring the new level accuracies to any prediction or recognition algorithms. We want to offer the individualized solutions to a problem, to the persons, and most importantly, we want the AI to produce the behaviors and algorithms and solutions that well aligned with our human value systems. So thank you very much.
In the next part of our information session today, we will share a few things that we think are unique in the nature of the A²I² PhD program. Associate Professor Turing Trang is a very successful and experienced supervisor of our team. He's currently acting as one of the HDR coordinators at A²I², so he'll be presenting this section to you.
Our PhD program at A²I² is unique in many ways. Our ultimate goal is to train long-term independent thinkers who recognize long-term problem 5 to 10 years ahead of the time. At the end of PhD, you would be able to formulate solution strategies to those important problems. You would implementing the ideas and presenting the results to the public in a very persuasive way. The PhD is outcome driven. During the process, you would typically produce 3 to 5 high quality papers. Our PhD students have produced papers that earn Best Paper Award at the top conferences. Some have turned into patents, and some even earn the Best Thesis Awards. All of the results will be combined into the original and substantive thesis. During the program, you have a chance to contribute to the important high-impact industry projects. You receive intensive training for the projects, for the skill set, and for communications. Our program is career-centric. We optimize for the long-term research and engineering career. The PhD thesis is as a byproduct in the process. A special features of our program is we treat the students as a junior staff who would receive a lot of support from more senior member. We would have frequently weekly meetings. We have frequently reading seminars. We have frequent trainings. We have strong team support. The PhD is transformational. It would change into better, more capable, long-term thinkers. Our community is multicultural who would bring different insights, different value systems, and we build the communities around the foundation of respect, mutual respect.
So what now? To be joining us as a PhD student, you can first check out our website to learn more about the exact projects and opportunities available to undertake a PhD. With the current border restrictions, if you're overseas, you can even begin your studies with us in your home country while you wait for the borders to open up again. Scholarships are available as well as top-ups. If you're interested, please check out our website and get in touch with Dr. Trang Tran, our HDR coordinator. Thank you for your time and hope to see you join us as a PhD student soon.